What's up, motherfuckers? Woody Woo here. Welcome to Words from Woody Woo, Take 10. In world news, inmates make music video and end up with years in solitary confinement. Now, this shit to me, as a convict myself, I know how this shit goes, you know what I mean? I've done time. I've had a cell phone while incarcerated, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much how they recorded the video, you know what I mean? So, I feel for these guys. However, they're lucky they didn't end up on Dumbass of the Week because, I mean, you're locked up and you're releasing a music video. Do you expect there's not going to be some kind of consequence? Anyhow, in a South Carolina prison, 7 inmates made a music video, released it on Facebook, and somehow or another it ended up on worldstarhiphop.com. Once on there, it went viral and ended up getting back to the South Carolina Department of Corrections. They ended up doing an investigation, you know what I mean? And the 7 inmates went up for a fucking infraction and was charged. Now, for those who don't know anything about it, you know what I mean? These are in-house charges, you know what I mean? You're already locked up, so they can't send you to prison. However, they do put you in the hole, you know what I mean? Which is, you're there, you don't get no motherfucking commissary, no phone calls, no visits, no yard, no rec, none of that. Now, public records show that 5 out of the 7 inmates were sentenced to 180 days on lockup. However, 2 out of the 7 inmates, one of them got 270 days on lockup, and the other one got 360 days on lockup. The infraction they caught was actually considered assistant associate media site. All 7 of the inmates lost canteen privileges, visits, phone calls, all that shit, you know what I mean? They lost a lot more shit. They lost good days at that, you know what I mean? Over this music video. Now, there has been a little controversy over the issue. You know, people don't think it's right that they lost all this shit over just entertainment. I mean, you know, they are locked up. There's nothing to do. However, the South Carolina Department of Corrections has made it clear that that is not the only reason why they went to lockup. I mean, the video itself isn't the only reason. The video itself also shows that they have some kind of gang ties because of the activities. They have the threat to the institute because for some reason they got a cell phone. You know what I mean? They can make hits on staff and all that shit. They could bring drugs and all that shit because somebody's bringing the cell phone, man. You know what I mean? They're known gang members. They're making the music video and they're fucking bringing in contraband. So, you know what I mean? It's not just over the video. And just a little news, it has been proven that just 7 days in the hole will cause about 6.5% of a brain change within a person. The hole can actually fuck up the mind, man. Moving on. Moving on. In marijuana news, Washington County local marijuana supporter / grower pledges to start work immediately. Come November 6th, the deadline for any applications to the Maryland Medical Cannabis Commission. Now, Pete Cadens, a partner with GTI Maryland, says, now this is his exact words, we want to be the first to market. For those that don't know, GTI is currently trying to start a medical marijuana facility here within Washington County, Maryland. Now, GTI has had its staff working day and night trying to prepare itself for the 3,000 page document application that they got to submit to the commission by November 6th. Now, if GTI actually does obtain the license and it gets granted to them, they say the very next day work will begin. They will start the fucking protocol and everything to get the medical marijuana started. You know what I mean? The building plans for the facility is a 20-acre parcel off of Hopewell Road in Hagerstown, Maryland. Now, it's about a 45,000 square foot grow house that they plan on expanding to 175,000 square foot in the future. Now, the building plans will only take about 6 months to complete. You know what I mean? Once they start building, 6 months, the shit will be up. However, 3 months after that, the first harvest should be ready. Now, these are only the estimates of GTI. But if everything goes according to plan, this should be no problem, they say. And also, GTI says if the license is granted, the whole enterprise of medical marijuana should bring about a $12 million investment to the economy of Washington County. In local news, in Frederick, Maryland, a state trooper shoots a man at siege. On Monday, following an incident about a stolen sports car, a state trooper was forced to shoot a man in the parking lot of Sheetz. After the man was shot, the trooper later found a knife in the man's possession. According to the trooper and the witnesses, this knife was in the victim's hand as he lunged at the state trooper before the state trooper was forced to fire. Now, it all started when the state trooper realized the Lincoln Navigator had expired tags. On top of that, the trooper learned that the vehicle had been stolen in an armed robbery in Baltimore that took place earlier in the week. After getting on the radio and doing all his walkie-talkie bullshit and finding out this information, the trooper approached the victim with the emergency lights on with his vehicle. The victim, the suspect at this time, then hopped in his SUV. After he hopped in his SUV, he then sped off, fleeing towards the street. However, the road was not clear and he ended up ramming a fellow police officer. The police cruiser was pushed off to the side of the road with the poor officer pinned inside. The man then proceeded to get out of his SUV but refused to put his hands in the air or anything. He then lunged at the trooper, who then shot him. A paramedic on the scene, however, did try to treat the man that was shot. However, the man died on the scene. Now, this is a case where you have to say, was it proper for the trooper to shoot the man or not? Leave a comment below. In Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, a 14-year-old teen stabs another teen in the abdomen. A local Mercersburg, Pennsylvania 14-year-old boy has been charged as a juvenile with attempted homicide and other alleged accusations. The charges are taking place because Monday at James Buchanan School, the 14-year-old boy, whose identity is being withheld at this time, went into the school and decided to stab a fellow classmate with a knife that he brought with him. He stabbed the boy in the stomach, The boy was also charged with aggravated assault and 3 counts of bringing a weapon onto school grounds. After the entire incident and after the troopers broke up the incident, it was over before the cops even got there. The 14-year-old assailant was transferred to the hospital where he was treated for minor injuries. The actual stabbing was reported at 9:10 in the morning. Now, after the incident, the police continued to do an investigation, which led to the findings of 3 knives that the assailant brought to the school. He apparently brought these 3 knives to the school and then attacked the victim at approximately 9 a.m. The assailant also tried to slice the young man's throat as well. It's sad what a young man can do, but don't ever underestimate anybody. The school, however, was not placed on lockdown because the incident happened so quickly and was defused so quickly. At this time, there is no reason known why the stabbing took place, but it did take place. The boy is in custody, and the school is very, very apologetic for the incident. Also, in local news, in Hancock, Maryland, a mobile home caught fire. According to the Maryland State Fire Marshals, the mobile home caught fire because of cigarette butts. Motherfuckers put out cigarettes and didn't really put them out, and it ended up causing the blaze. Now, the end result of the fire is about $1,000 worth of damage to the home. Now, the mobile home fire in Hancock, Maryland was actually reported at 7:56 p.m. or near the 6100 block of Central Road in Hancock. In Cross Lanes, West Virginia, on October 26th, a dump truck is in a blaze on I-64. Apparently on October 6th, a dump truck was coming down I-64 carrying some kind of construction equipment. At this time, there wasn't no known reason behind why the dump truck caught fire, but it was reported and it was in flames on I-64, causing a backup of some sort. Now, no press has been released about any harm done to anybody in the accident. However, it has took place. And now, for Dumbass of the Week. October 22nd, 2015, in Arkansas, Sarah Gill hosts a birthday party for a 4-year-old. Now, let me make this clear. This is not your average 4-year-old birthday party. Now, Sarah, like any other mother, she feels the need to give her daughter the things she wants for her birthday. Well, her 4-year-old daughter wanted a CVS themed birthday party. Yes, a CVS, the pharmacy. Now, I find this strange, and I'm sure y'all do, too. You know what I mean? She said that's what she wants, and that's what she'll get. She said her daughter values CVS pharmacy almost as much as Disneyland. On a pedestal, Disneyland is up here, and CVS is right here. You know what I mean? That's pretty bad. Well, CVS found out about this shit and donated dozens of gift bags for the birthday party. You know what I mean? They even gave her CVS brand water bottles for the party. Now, the cake itself was done up with the CVS logo. She went all out. You know what I mean? They had little prescription bottle Dixie cups and all that shit. The local CVS store owner that donated the water and all that, donated all the party supplies and all that because, hey, it's not too often you get a young child like that enthused about the pharmacy. Now, my thing about this is she's making Dumbass of the Week because you're letting her drink out of prescription bottles and shit. You're basically saying it's okay to use prescription drugs. And you overdo it, You know what I mean? Just because she wasn't, you give it to her. Okay. Hey, Mom. Hey, I need another Oxycontin. So, honey, you want it? That's what you'll get. Here's an extra 80 just for good measure. I mean, come the fuck on. Come on, Sarah. Be a better mother than that. I mean, make it princesses and shit, not no motherfucking pharmacy. Come the fuck on. You want your daughter to be a drug addict? October 25th in Rochdale, England. Now, excuse my speech impediment here. I might not be pronouncing his name right. It's Rockjan Hussein, 29 years old, panics when police arrive at his place. Now, Mr. Hussein here, he panicked when the police showed up at his parents' house. The police arrived at his parents' house for unrelated reasons for Mr. Hussein's brother. It wasn't even for him. Now, Mr. Hussein answered the door, spoke to the police, told them, hey, he's not in here. Now, the police leave, well, they go to leave. And as they do, they find a package of drugs in front of the cruiser. Now, what happens here is after Mr. Hussein tells these police that his brother ate home, he turns around, panics. He's like, oh, fuck, man, they know, dude, man, fuck, they know. So what happens is he goes and he grabs his motherfucking stash. Now, his stash consisted of heroin and cocaine. Now, he grabbed it and he tosses it out the window. Well, he didn't know it, but it landed right beside the cruiser. Now, so they go back, bam, bust him. You know what I mean? Now, after the full investigation was done and over with, they found a $3 million drug factory in his parents' house. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just a little stats. I mean, they found a fucking factory. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even his house. It was his parents' house at that. They ended up recovering 250 kilograms of cocaine. 250 kilograms. No, actually, when they came back in, they didn't find him. He fled after he threw this shit. He fled. Well, they ended up finding Mr. Hussein. And he ended up pleading guilty because otherwise his parents would have been charged. So he pled guilty. Was like, look, I don't want mommy and daddy to go down for my shit. I'm guilty. Da-da-da-da-da. So right now he is currently serving a sentence of 11 years and 6 months for the drug operation out of his mama's and daddy's house. Dumbass of the week number 2 because, well, dude, they wasn't there for you. They had nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? You jumped the gun and got yourself busted. Dumbass. Dumbass. Yeah. Words from Woody Woo. Take 10. Well, motherfuckers, that's going to wrap up Words from Woody Woo. Take 10. I hope to see you motherfuckers back next weekend. You know what I mean? The videos will keep coming 2 every week. You know what I mean? Leave a comment below. Share this video with your friends. You know what I mean? Leave your ideas and whatnot below. Be nice. Be kind. Love yourself for who you are. I love you, motherfuckers. Woody woo. Out.